the way it works means that the bacteria that we currently see maybe in the clinic that are resistant to current antibiotics can be killed with our antibiotics. So it works against resistant organisms and other bacteria. So that's a real plus for us.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. I'm joined by Matthew Upton. He's Chief Scientific Officer at Amprologics, a Frontier IP Group portfolio company. Matt, very good to speak with you. Could you start off by telling us what the money is going to be used for?
Yeah, so this money is going to be used to advance our lead technology. So epidermicin and IL-1 is an antibiotic that we're developing for use to treat skin and other infections. And where we are at the moment is at the preclinical stage. So we need to run some final assays to prove that the lead molecule epidermicin is not toxic before we go into human trials. So that's essentially most of what we'll be doing with this money, finalizing our preclinical studies.
Why is this important, Matt?
It's important that we find new antibiotics. There is a global need for new antibiotics. So the WHO actually run regular reports looking at antibiotics that are in clinical and preclinical development. And their most recent report this year summarized that there are not enough antimicrobials in development at the moment for future needs. So WHO say we need new antibiotics. And in particular, we need ones that work in different ways, so molecules of new classes.
What's new and good about epidermicin, Matt?
Well, it is of a new class. It's a first-in-class antibiotic. It works in different ways to the current antibiotics that you might take for any bacterial or other infection. So the way it works means that the bacteria that we currently see maybe in the clinic that are resistant to current antibiotics can be killed with our antibiotics. So it works against resistant organisms and other bacteria. So that's a real plus for us.
Can you tell us what's next for Amprologics?
What's next is complete this preclinical work and then complete the paperwork that's required for advancing into human clinical trials. And we've already initiated the sorts of discussions we need for that. But then clearly for the human clinical trials, we're going to need further funding. And that additional funding is what we're looking at trying to raise now. So we're starting to raise Series A funding now.
Matt, you mentioned Series A funding. What would that be used for?
Well, that would be used to complete those human clinical trials that we're planning for next year, and that would be for skin infection with our lead compound. But we're also expanding our portfolio of drugs. We would like to have more drugs in our portfolio, and we actually have a number of candidates already. And the way we're working to expand that portfolio is using an AI-driven accelerated evolution engine. So this is a way of generating molecules which are similar to our lead candidate, new drugs similar to our lead candidate, but work in different ways. So we can then take those into different clinical uses. So we have a compound that has activity against Clostridioides difficile, or C. diff, the superbug people may have heard about. And so what we're doing is trying to develop a portfolio of new drugs that work against these pathogens that the WHO, the World Health Organization, have identified as priorities for future research and drug development. And so that's a lot of the work that we would do with the Series A funding.
Matthew, I hope you'll keep us updated with your progress. Thank you very much for speaking with us today.
Will do. Thank you, Stephen.
Matthew Upton, Chief Scientific Officer at Amprologics.